So we are two young professional traders, and we started this YouTube channel, which this is the first video in, to essentially share our insights into the market. We're going to be doing consistent uploads on technical analysis tips, fundamental analysis, and psychological tips, right? So we're going to be sharing as much insight as we can, trying to help people learn to trade as well. And we're going to share our journey, our progress. We've gone from complete beginners to advanced professional traders, and we're going to share as much as we can to try to help you guys. So to start off today, I'm going to be talking about habits that changed my trading. And these are really habits that I started at the beginning of my trading journey that really took me from a complete beginner to starting to get a little bit consistent and learning a bit more every single day, right? So the first habit that I'm going to talk about is showing up daily, right? So I'm just going to write that here. Okay, so showing up daily, it seems very simple, it seems very obvious, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of people, they come to trading and they just kind of mess around, right? They show up this day, then they totally forget about it, then they show up the next day. They're committed for a week, then they're not committed for a week. And this is the same thing that I went through when I was trading. I started and I was just dabbling, right? And it took me a while to realize that if you want to make any money trading, you have to take it seriously. You have to start showing up daily. If you want to learn the ins and outs of the markets, you have to show up daily and you have to commit to learning. And that is a really important point. I think very few people actually get to that stage. They never really commit to the journey, because becoming a trader is a journey. It's not an easy task. It is a very complicated task. It's very difficult. And it's like anything, right? How can you expect to make a lot of money in the market without putting any upfront effort? It's a little bit ridiculous. So you have to first and foremost show up daily. I think this is one habit that if I was to recommend to a beginning trader, the first thing is show up daily, right? From that position, you can start to figure things out, right? You can start to figure out basic things. And when you show up, don't just show up and mess around, do random things. No, show up with a little bit of a plan, okay? And that brings me to point number 2, which is focus on 1 to 2 trades a day, right? Focus on 1 to 2 trades a day. So this brings me to my second point, right? If you're going to show up daily, which I highly recommend you do, irrespective of if you plan on swing trading, scalping, day trading, position trading, it doesn't really matter, right? The point is that you're going to show up daily at a specific time, and you are going to be focused during that time, and you're going to commit to learning during that time, right? And if you do start with step 1, then I highly recommend that you focus on habit number 2, which is focusing on 1 to 2 trades a day. Don't show up to the charts and start trying to buy short, and just get ridiculous with it, because really that is a pointless task. I think unless you are a scalper, most traders, they're not taking more than a handful of trades a day. Really most traders are not taking more than a handful of trades a day. And I know for myself, as a day trader, I'm really taking in a week maybe 3 trades, something around that region. So I'm not even taking a trade a day. But when I first started, what I was doing is I was taking loads of unnecessary trades, and it was a complete waste of time, right? And because they kind of all become a blur. Now, if you focus on 1 to 2 trades a day, you will know what trades you took. You'll be able to analyze them in depth. You can focus on them, you can learn from them, and you're not just going to get overwhelmed, right? Loss after loss after loss. If you take 1 or 2 trades a day, you're really limited at how much you can lose. Okay, and on the opposite spectrum, people say you're limited on how much you can gain. But to an extent, not really, because being profitable in trading is not about having 10 wins in a row, right? Being profitable in trading is about winning consistently. Okay, so that is habit number 2 that I highly recommend new traders to start with, is to just focus on 1 to 2 trades a day. And with that, focus on only a handful of pairs, right? If you're trading Forex, you know, just focus on a handful of pairs. Euro USD, British pound US dollar, so on and so forth. Just focus on a handful. Keep it simple. A lot of people show up to the charts and they've got 15 pairs and they're trying to take 10 trades on each. It's not going to work, right? Simplify things down. And habit number 3 that I highly recommend is review all your trades. So review your trades. Okay, this is also a critical habit, right? When I started trading, I was never recording my trades. I was never looking at what trade I was taking. I was just, taking trades and forgetting they ever happened. The moment that you start really analyzing your trades and analyzing with hindsight the markets, you start to realize where you went wrong, and it's kind of like anything. You have to analyze your actions. How could you improve? How could you do better? Or maybe I could have done this. Maybe if I put my stop loss here instead of there, right? And you can really start to create a plan around that and build from that, right? And I'll give you a quick example here of what I do at the end of every single week. So this is a document called Weekly Review, and I did this today. It's Friday, so it's the end of the trading week, and I basically ran through the whole week. And my pair that I trade is XAU USD, which is gold, right? And so I went through every single trading day of this week. This week, I only took 2 trades, right? And I went through the trading week. So Monday, this was the first trade I took this week. And, it went up. It went pretty close to my take profit, if you can see here, and then dropped back down. Now, I managed my risk. I managed the trade, and I got out at 0.5 R, as you can see here, right? And then I basically continued to analyze the week, and I saw there was no trade on Tuesday, no trade on Wednesday. Now, bear in mind, in this review document, I'm not only reviewing the trades I took, but I'm reviewing the trades that I didn't take that I hypothetically should have taken, right? So I'm looking over that past week and seeing every trade that I should have taken. On Tuesday and Wednesday, there was absolutely no trades for my system that I should have taken. And I didn't take any trades. So that's a success. Thursday was CPI. Now, there was no trades leading up to CPI, but during CPI, there was a scalp trade, which is one of my strategies that I employ, is I scalp the news, right? Now, there was a trade during CPI. Unfortunately, I didn't get my entry, so no trade was taken. And I took note of that, right? I took screenshots. I noted it exactly where I wanted to get in. And unfortunately, I didn't take it, but I noted down where I should have got in. And Friday, the exact same. There was 2 trades that I could have taken on Friday. One I took and made a lot of profit, and the other I did not take, which I should have taken. But it was the end of the week. The week was coming to a close, so I decided not to take it. But nonetheless, it is a good learning curve, So doing this process of reviewing every single trade, you can see here, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades I should have taken. I took 3, right, of those 5 trades. Should I have taken 5? Well, yeah, that's what my review says. Okay, so from there I can learn, and I can really look back, and now I have that for life. I can go back in a year's time. I can look, and I can look through those trades. So it's really an important things like that. Reviewing your trades really builds your system. It builds your knowledge base, and it's something that I highly recommend to any beginning trader, is to keep track of those things. Review every trade. Get in depth into the charts. Don't just get surface level, right? Focus on learning, not making profit, right? That is the first step as a beginner trader. You have to focus on learning. And if you do that, the profits will follow. So these are 3 habits that I highly recommend. And yeah, I really, really think if you employ these, you can take your trading to the next level. So that's really all I'm going to talk about today. And there's going to be plenty more videos, with regards to technical analysis. I'll be talking about strategies, entry techniques, so on and so forth. I'm going to be breaking down fundamentals and psychology, and just kind of sharing as much knowledge as I have with you guys, and giving tips. So if you're into all of that stuff, you want to learn to trade, whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, there's going to be things on this channel for you. So, I would really appreciate if you subscribed, if you liked the video. And I'm also going to link my Instagram and Twitter in the bio. So I'd really appreciate if you gave those a follow as well. And I look forward to posting more here. Good luck.